It's cloudy, but at the same time, it's actually sprinkling rain in some parts. Some parts it wasn't, so I was actually able to fly the drone. Got some cool shots, I think, anyways. And what's going on today? It's kind of interesting reading this one, where apparently these types of drones are designed to try to fly like a bird versus with propellers and stuff like that. I've often seen them for those bird drones they say they use around airports to scare away birds. This one says, new design gives drones wings that flap like a bird. When we think of drones, we don't usually equate their flying capabilities with birds. However, a recent study has demonstrated the aerodynamic efficiency of flapping drones, taking inspiration from the movement of a bird's wings. Specifically, the team led by Lund University in Sweden focused on birds' wing folding capabilities to increase the drone's propulsion and aerodynamic design, creating a wing to fold during the upstroke to maintain speed and accuracy in active flight. And a comment here says, we have built a robot wing that can flap more like a bird than previous robots, but also flap in a way that birds cannot do, said Christopher Johansson, a biology researcher at Lund University. By measuring the performance of the wings in our wind tunnel, we have studied how different ways of achieving the wing upstroke effect, force and energy in flight. The new robotic wing can be used to answer questions about bird flight that would be impossible simply by observing flying birds. Research into the flight ability of the living birds is limited to the flapping movement that the bird actually uses. Makes me wonder, would that actually be more practical to have drones flying as if it's a wing of sort, that type of design, versus what you normally see nowadays? I wouldn't really know, but I guess it's kind of interesting in that sense. And this sounded really high-tech of sort. I know a lot more people want to use things like drones for things like road inspection. How about this one? This one says, Bots Inc. announces filing for patent protection regarding its novel multi-mode road maintenance drone with AI-powered sensor technology. According to this, it says the patent application is directed at a new method of communications with drones that will be powered by AI in order to achieve and operate in-road maintenance. Bots Inc. AI-powered drones will provide a quick road survey, precise mapping, time-sensitive land surveys, and other road management and repair activities. The filing of this provisional patent application directly relates to BTCI goals to develop premium AI-driven technologies. If approved after upgrading to a utility patent, Bots Inc. believes this patent could significantly enhance the industry of drone utilizations for roads and infrastructure maintenance. So can you imagine that? Having these autonomous robots doing all this, or I guess road work per se? I've seen before when it comes to making small homes, people do use 3D printing to actually create those homes. So it makes me wonder, in this case, in terms of road maintenance, is that what you're going to see in the future? Drones flying to certain locations with these quote 3D printers or whatever, and they start printing certain spots with the concrete and all that. And one other thing I was doing today, I was still handling that CCTS scenario for my mom, where that telephone company basically started charging her all this money and so forth. It's kind of interesting because now, after me contacting them after a while, it seems like they're trying to settle this informally, so to speak, without actually doing the investigation. That's what it felt like anyways, where the person really wants to try to stop this from being, I guess, investigated, like if it's not necessary. But one interesting point was how he was basically trying to tell me at the end they can't really enforce like some kind of, let's just say, quote, fines and all that. I kept using the word. They don't do punitive damages and all that to companies, but ultimately it's about fixing the problem. And I guess my mom wanted documentation of the whole situation, like the company disconnecting or transferring her line and all that, which it doesn't seem like they actually admitted. So afterwards we said the bottom line is, when they do the investigation, it's more about you guys, like that CCTS, creating documentation, doing your investigation as you say, and just give us like a copy of that, of your report, which outlines clearly what the company did to her. For example, disconnecting her phone line and all that, signing her up for 2-year contracts or whatever without her permission. And he kind of referenced a point, or made a point, which is kind of weird. He says, okay, well, we don't usually do that, or something like that, he said. And then he said, but we can kind of tell you like what happened afterwards, like over the phone verbally. was like, that doesn't make sense, does it? Would you give like the person an actual written report of what you did, like the investigation on the company? Because that's what I read anyways online, like even that case where at first, unfortunately, that CCTS sided with the telecom, but then the guy that actually sued the Bell company, like they even say there, like they gave him like documented, I guess, reports on their investigation. So that was kind of weird. But yeah, that's still going on at the moment. All right, see you guys later.